definitely Indian pedagogy is quite different from the Western pedagogy in so many ways. So in a nutshell, since this is a diverse group, so keeping in view the diversity of the students, I have identified 8 such characteristics of Indian pedagogy, which differentiates Indian pedagogy from the Western pedagogy, and they have been written on this particular slide. So I would like to request any one of you to please read the slide loudly. My friends, any one of you, please read the slide loudly.
Yes, sir.
Characteristics of Indian pedagogy: not mechanical, not heavily bookish, focus on vidya, not shiksha, focus on knowledge and not on the information, ensuring holistic development, integrated teaching, emphasizing on the purity of soul, janana
Right.
from within, say vidya ya
Sa vidya
vimya.
ya vimukta.
Yes, then learning for life.
Right, right. Who are you, ma'am?
I'm Uneza Osmani from Islamia Women's Arts and Science College, Tamil Nadu.
Vaniambadi? From Vaniambadi, ma'am?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, Uneza. Thank you, thank you. So these are the characteristics of Indian pedagogy, and these are the points on which you can compare Indian pedagogy with the Western pedagogy. Now, the first point, please mute, my friend. Someone's mic is open. Please mute. So first characteristic is it is not mechanical. So can you elaborate? What does it mean? I mean, before that, let me ask another question. What do you think? Teaching is a mechanical process? What's your opinion? All of you are teachers, so please tell me.
No, it is a human interaction. It's not mechanical.
Not mechanical, not mechanical. And what about the other friends? My friends, do you agree with ma'am that teaching is not a mechanical process?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, definitely. Teaching is not a mechanical process. Rather, teaching is certain kind of emotional bondage between you as a teacher and your students. So this is the first point on which Indian pedagogy differs from the Western pedagogy. Western pedagogy, mainly mechanical, mainly bookish, mainly examination ridden, mainly focusing on remembering. But somehow Indian pedagogy is not mechanical. It focuses on understanding. It focuses on knowledge. And definitely.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
The voice is not clear, sir. It's not audible, sir.
Please check your network. Please check your network. Sir is clear. Please check your network.
Okay. Okay. Should I proceed?
Yes,
okay.
sir. You can proceed.
Yes, sir. Your audio is
Yeah. Sure. So Indian pedagogy is not mechanical. Simply meaning is that Indian pedagogy does not focus on simply cramming or, on the bookish knowledge or simply focusing on the examination or the certificate. I mean, all those things are not there. And this is the point on which you can compare Indian pedagogy with the Western pedagogy. Now, come to the second point. There are two terms, Vidya and Shiksha. So how will you differentiate Vidya and Shiksha? My friends? My friends, getting my question?
Vidya means knowledge and Shiksha means teaching.
Vidya means knowledge. Any other clarification?
Vidya is knowledge and Shiksha means delivering knowledge.
Okay. Anything more? Okay. See, Shiksha. Yeah.
Yes,
please.
yes,
ज्ञान को अर्जन करना होता है.
yes,
विद्या के माध्यम से हमें
Yes.
ज्ञान अर्जन करना होता है,
Very good.
जबकि शिक्षा जो है वो ज्ञान
Yes, I am told you.
प्राप्त करने की एक प्रक्रिया है.
Yes,
Very
I
good,
am
very
told
good,
something.
Can I?
Thank you.
Can I add?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Sir,
Yes, Lavanya.
Vidya is knowledge, enlightenment. It is profound. It is vast. So it has kind of infinite. And Siksha is a disciplined way of limiting it, or what we call as practical and applied form of knowledge and maybe you
Okay.
kind of fix it, how much
Okay.
knowledge to whom to be given,
Okay, Lavanya.
depending
Okay,
on the
Lavanya. So,
purpose.
so I have got the opinion of so many people. In a nutshell, remember, Shiksha means imparting the knowledge, giving the knowledge, teaching in fact.
Please, I am
But
told
Vidya
something.
is, yes, Vidya is gaining the knowledge, earning the knowledge, you know. So gaining the knowledge
Please,
is not
I am
limited
told
to,
something.
yes, please tell, sir.
Ma'am, my name is
Yes,
Sajid Jamal
yeah,
from Bankuda, West Bengal.
yes, Ghosh, sir, please tell.
Vidya and Shiksha all are two from follow
Right.
the Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Ramasaroda, Oilanganath Swami, Baba Loknath, Dr. Abdul Kalam Azad.
Okay, Ghosh, sir. So in a nutshell,
All
Shiksha,
are integrated. All are integrated Vidya and Shiksha.
okay, Ghosh, sir. I got your point. So in a nutshell, if I say, Shiksha means imparting the knowledge, giving the knowledge, whereas Vidya is gaining the knowledge. And the moment you are saying gaining the knowledge or earning the knowledge, so it is not limited to schools and colleges. There are so many other sources also through which you can
All
gain
are
the knowledge. You can gain the
all
knowledge.
are all
Yes.
are included them.
Yes. So Vidya in a sense is
And
a
we
big
are
umbrella.
follow them, and we are follow them.
Yes.
Discuss is, I am yes or not.
Yeah. Got your point. Now mute yourself. So Vidya is a big umbrella because earning the knowledge means there are so many sources through which you can gain the knowledge. And remember that if you talk about the characteristics of Indian pedagogy, so it much focuses on Vidya, simply not on Shiksha. That is the unique characteristic of Indian pedagogy, which differentiates it from the Western.
That is sir, respected sir, Indian philosophy.
Yes.
That is told is Indian philosophy.
Yes. Ghosh sir, now on the next point, I will take your opinion. So at the juncture of time, please mute yourself. Now, coming to the third point, as I have informed, knowledge and information. These are two things. So in your opinion, what's more important, knowledge or information? My friends?
Sir, in continuation to what you said, in India we call them Vidyarthi, the one
Yes.
who gets, yeah.
Yes. So between knowledge and information, knowledge is much more important than the information. And our Indian pedagogy basically focuses on knowledge and simply not on the information. Then comes Indian pedagogy focuses on ensuring holistic development. So what is holistic development, by the way, my friends? My friends, have you? Yeah.
Emotional, art,
Yes.
every
Hello.
aspect, personality, intellectual, emotional, all levels, sir.
Okay. Any more clarification?
Hello.
Yes. Please tell, sir.
Holistic development is a person's social, emotional, physical, mental.
Right.
I counting.
सर अगर इन
Yes,
लोगों को आप
please.
बोलने का मौका दीजिएगा तो ये आपको नहीं बोलने देंगे सर।
नहीं, मैं बोलूंगा भी, इनको भी मौका दूंगा। डोंट वरी, लेट देम स्पीक। हाँ, बोलिए सर।
Sir, I told something.
Yes, please tell.
I am not English fully prepared.
No problem, आप बोलिए सर, बोलिए।
I told in Hindi.
हाँ, श्योर, हिंदी में बोलिए सर।
Don't mind. Actually, Actually, sir, actually, our subject is philosophy.
जी
तो फिलोसॉफी का दो पार्ट होता है, वेस्टर्न फिलोसॉफी एंड ईस्टर्न फिलोसॉफी।
वेरी गुड सर जी जी
तो वेस्टर्न फिलोसॉफी मीन्स হচ্ছে एकदम बेसिस जो हमने
जी
पढ़ा है
जी
कि लव ऑफ नॉलेज, वो ज्ञान के प्रति अनुराग, वो है ज्ञान के प्रति अनुराग होना ही फिलोसॉफी है।
जी
सर बहुत आवाज आ रहा है, उसको म्यूट
कोई बात
करने
नहीं।
के लिए बोलिए।
हाँ म्यूट कर लीजिए बाकी लोग प्लीज। यस
वेस्टर्न फिलोसॉफी में प्लीज सर म्यूट दिस
प्रोफाइल।
वेस्टर्न फिलोसॉफी में कहता है सिर्फ लव ऑफ नॉलेज, यानी कि
जी
ज्ञान के प्रति अनुराग।
जी 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 आगे बढ़िए, आप आगे बढ़िए घोष सर।
अरे हो गया सैकत साहब, हो गया, समझ गए हम लोग।
समझ लिया तो सेमिनार में क्यों आया?
Okay, 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 okay. Now, please, all of you, please mute yourself. Let me continue. Let me continue. So, I was asking what is holistic development. So, in a nutshell, if you see, you think about physical, mental, moral, emotional, social, and spiritual development, then only you can say that it is holistic development. So,
You read,
if you see, yes,
please, all members, all Indian, to want to read Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, Mahasarada, Srilanganath Sabi, Baba Loknath, etc.
and Aravindo Ghosh as well. Aravindo Ghosh as well, sir.
Aurobindo Ghosh, right,
Yes.
Aurobindo Ghosh, और भी etc.
Yes, yes, yes. Sure, sure. Now mute yourself.
Yes.
Mute yourself.
नहीं,
So one of the
वो
characteristics of Indian
वो जो बोला
pedagogy,
ना वो जो बोला ना, उन्होंने जो बोला ना, हम जानते हैं।
sure,
उन्होंने
sure,
जो
sure.
बोला टाइम पास करने के लिए बोला है, वो हम जानते हैं।
Sure, sure, sure. आप म्यूट कर लीजिए, मुझे बोलने दीजिए। अभी फिर मैं आपका ओपिनियन लेता हूँ घोष सर। So holistic development means focusing on physical, mental, moral, emotional, social, and spiritual development. So it is one of the characteristics of Indian pedagogy that is focuses on, holistic development. Then comes integrated teaching. Integrated teaching means teaching, learning, blended mode of teaching, teaching through so many sources like lecturing, like question and answer, like giving some assignment, like assigning some practical work. I mean, that comes under the category of integrated teaching. Then another characteristic of Indian pedagogy, if you see, it is the emphasizing on the purity of soul. And in the continuity of that, next characteristic, sa vidya ya vimuktaye. So, jnana from within. So, in this context, I mean, a very important statement of Vivekananda is there, that knowledge is within yourself. Just you have to activate yourself. Just realize who you are. Just know who you are. And accordingly, knowledge will come. So our focus is on individual development, certain kind of individuality development. So all those things, I mean, comes under the category of characteristics of Indian pedagogy. And finally, learning through life. So again, this is the point on which I would like to take your opinion, my friends. There is one old proverb that says that life is the best teacher. So do you agree with this proverb, my friends?
Yes, I am agree for this your opinion.
Okay.
But
that's it. That's it. Let the other speak. बाकी लोगों की क्या ओपिनियन है?
Yes, sir. तो वास्तव में कुछ करना पड़ेगा। नॉलेज होने से ही नहीं होगा, वास्तव में अप्रोप्रिएट करना होगा।
Okay. My question was, life is the best teacher. So do you agree with this proverb, my friends?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. See, in fact, life teaches us a lot. So the moment you are born until your death, every day you learn something. So the knowledge that is imparted in the schools and colleges, that is mainly bookish knowledge, but that is not enough. So many things you learn the moment you enter in your practical life, so many things you learn from your practical experiences. So it was one of the characteristics of Indian pedagogy that it did not rely simply on the bookish knowledge. Rather, it provided the opportunity to bring the community closer, to provide more and more real life experiences. So on these 8 points, basically, you can compare Indian pedagogy with the Western pedagogy. Moving ahead, my friends, there are so many Indian pedagogy. Definitely, it's not possible for me to cover all the Indian pedagogies in just 1.5 hours. But 9 pedagogies were very important, and they have so many much relevance even today. So I would like to present all those one by one. These 9 have been written on my slide. So I would like to request any one of you to please read the slide.
Sir, the 9 pedagogies, Indian pedagogies of methods of pedagogies are Vyakhyana,
Right?
Kanthastha,
Kanthastha.
Kanthastha,
Yeah.
Prashnottara,
Right.
Samvada,
Right.
Agamana, Nigamana,
Very good.
Nididhyasana,
Nididhyasana.
Nididhyasana,
Right.
and
Shastrartha.
Shastra, Vada Vivada, Shastrartha, Vada Vivada, Chintana.
Chintan, right. So let me focus on all these one by one. So the most popular Indian pedagogy was the first one that has been written on this slide, Vyakhyana. Vyakhyana means simply delivering the lecture. So how the Vyakhyana was delivered and how we as a teacher even today can deliver a good lecture. So first, let me explain first our ancient point of view, and then I will be coming what we can learn from the ancient method, ancient Vyakhyana, and how we can incorporate all those good things of Vyakhyana in our today's lecture. So few points have been written on the slide. Again, I would like to request any one of you to please read my slide.
Vyakhyana is prepared by the teacher,
Right.
require an organized and disciplined classroom.
Right.
Students were expected to listen to their teachers silently.
Right.
They were given a chance to clear the doubts at the end.
Right.
It's a very good method of disseminating information and knowledge.
Right.
It is very economical method in terms of time and cost.
Right, ma'am. Thank you. Who are you, ma'am?
Sir, I'm Sharjina Begum from TKM College of Arts and Science, Kollam, Kerala.
Okay, Sharjina. Thank you.
Okay,
Now, before I proceed, since all of you are teachers, so I would like to ask one question. Do you think that delivering a lecture is an easy job? What's your opinion?
Not at all. We have to prepare a lot.
No.
Okay. So all of you agree that delivering a lecture is not an easy task. Why, my friends? What's the reason behind it? My friends?
व्याख्यान से पहले सर अपने टॉपिक के बारे में पूरा ही पढ़ना है। आपको पूरी नॉलेज लेनी है कि सामने से कौन सा प्रश्न आ जाए और हमें उसका उत्तर देना ही देना है।
वेरी गुड।
इसलिए डीप स्टडी बहुत जरूरी है।
वेरी गुड। दिस इज वन थिंग। Any other difficulty that you find?
We have to focus on the entire class because the class is consisting of different types of students. So we have to focus on all the students equally.
Yes. Anything else? Third point? Any third point?
There are diverse kind of students. Some may be fast learners, some may be slow learners. So we need to keep in mind those things.
That's it. Thank you, my friend. Any fourth point of view?
There have some difference of others. मैं ये बोलना चाहता हूँ कि इसमें जो व्याख्या जो है ये दूसरों की जो मत है उससे अलग हो सकता है.
Okay. Now please mute yourself. All of you, please mute yourself. So definitely delivering lecture is not a cup of tea. It's not very easy. It's quite difficult. Why? Because as you people have pointed out, number one, you have to have the mastery or the content. You have to read through the books. You have to go through various websites, you have to have some data, you have to update yourself. So this is one thing. Second, there are so many type of students in your classroom. Some are very good, some are poor, some are average. So keeping in this diversity, you have to deliver the lecture. Third thing, students come with excitation. They really want to listen to you. But what happens after 10 minutes, after 7 minutes, after 8 minutes, they become bored. So keeping them intact, I mean, it's very difficult. Then they ask various difficult questions. You have to be mentally prepared for that. Then somehow keeping them engaged in the lecture, definitely again, I mean, all these things are very difficult. So Vyakhyana definitely is one of the best methods of teaching. And since times immemorial, it has been one of the best method of teaching. And our ancestors, our ancient teachers, definitely all of them, they used Vyakhyana. Why they used? Because simply it is prepared by the teacher, what it required in the ancient time. That disciplined classroom will be there, students will be organized, they will sit properly, they will listen to you, and the moment you will say, now my lecture is over, now ask the question, then only they will ask the question. No question in between or no disturbance in between. So Vyakhyana required that a organized and disciplined classroom should be there. Definitely students were expected to listen to their teachers silently and, if, of course, concentratively, and they were given the chance to clear their doubts at the end. Vyakhyana is a very good method of disseminating information, because 100 students are there or 150 students are there. So a teacher comes with preparation, keeps on delivering the lecture, students listen to him or her, and they note down so many things. So by that way, it is a very economical method and very good method as well. But there are so many other problems in Vyakhyana. Now Vyakhyana has a lot of implications even for us today, but for that you have to see what are the important components of Vyakhyana. So can you see this slide, my friends?
Yes, it's visible.
Right. So how many components of Vyakhyana you can find on this slide? Five. What are these components? Tell me one by one.
It's teacher, content, channel, students, distorted material received.
Right. Now if you see the figure, so in the figure one, I mean, the first component, you will find the arrows are outside, whereas in the fourth component, arrows are inside. Have you got it, my friends?
Yes.
So can you guess what I want to convey through these arrows?
So it shows the direction of the students. We have to convey the message to the students as after receiving the point, the students will get back to us.
Thank you.
I assume this.
Right. So see, arrows outside means knowledge is going out from the teacher. That is, knowledge is being imparted by the teacher. And arrows inside means it is culminating at the students. So students are receiving the knowledge. So these 5 components are there in every kind of lecture, whether you are delivering a lecture or I am delivering a lecture or any other person is delivering a lecture. Definitely these 5 components will be there. So first component, of course, the teacher, most important component. My friends, don't think that you simply teach for 40 minutes. You simply teach for 45 minutes. No, you simply don't teach. Rather, you inculcate the values. You, in fact, sharpen the mind of the students. You foster the creativity among the students. You groom the personality of your students. So your personality, your knowledge, your delivery, your way of expression, your communication skill somehow is most important in the lecture. Then comes second one, that is content, the content which you are going to deliver. And on the content, I don't want to say too much, because you all have, most of you have PhD degrees or at least master degrees. So definitely 17 years, 20 years, you have studied your content. So the only difference is that knowing the content is different, but delivering it to the students is different. And how to deliver, in fact, this is the problem. I mean, knowing the content, there is no doubt. All of you have mastery of the content, but delivering the content is something different. Then comes the third component, channel. So can you guess what is channel? My friends, what is channel?
It is the mode.
Mode, medium. So in order to communicate, you have to use some medium. I mean, that medium might be chalk and talk. That medium might be these PPTs. That medium might be Google Meet platform or something like that. So channel are very important because through the channels you communicate with your students. Then comes students. I mean, they are very important for us. And finally, the distorted material received. Now, again, I would like to request you to compare the second component in the figure and the fifth component in the figure. So second component is triangular in nature, but the fifth component is pentagonal in nature. Isn't it, my friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Please mute yourself. So see, there is no teacher in this world who can say that he or she has imparted all the 100% which he or she wanted. Certain kind of distortion definitely happens. And this is one of the biggest problem with the Vyakhyana or with the lecture. So how to reduce this distortion, how to make our lecture more impactful? For that, I am presenting a data before you people. In fact, I have got one PhD thesis from a very reputed university. And in that university, the researcher has conducted a study on the retention. And the findings of that study is presented before you people in this slide. So can you see this slide, my friends?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, before I proceed and I tell what this study have implications for us, I would like to ask one question from you. What is retention, my friends?
Retaining the information or knowledge that has been imparted by the
Very good.
teacher.
Very good. So whatever has been taught to you, how much of that you can reproduce or recall after a gap of 1 day or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year, that is technically known as retention. And in this particular study, the researcher studied the retention after 24 hours. So what he did, there were 50 students in a classroom. He divided all the 50 students in 7 groups. So there were 7 students in 6 groups, and in 1 group there were 8 students. So the researcher taught all the groups himself. So first group, he took the same topic. So the topic was same, the teacher was same. Only difference was that the teaching methodology was different. So the first group was taught by lecture. Second group, the researcher didn't teach, rather instructed them to go to the library and go through some books. Third group, the researcher taught through audio-visual aids. Fourth group, the teacher taught through demonstration. Fifth group, the teacher encouraged some meaningful discussion in the classroom. Sixth group, he gave some opportunity of practice by doing. And in the 7th group, again, he didn't teach, rather instructed them to make some PPTs and present it before their peers. Then by using some advanced level statistics, he calculated retention. And it will be very amazing for you that the poorest retention was there in the lecture. It was only 5%. Even reading was twice as better as lecture, because in reading, the retention was 10%. Similarly, audio-visual aids, retention was 20%. Demonstration, retention was 30%. Discussion, retention was 50%. Practice by doing, retention was 25%. And teaching others or presentation, highest retention was reported as 90%. So definitely this study was conducted at senior secondary level, and definitely in a different culture, in a different circumstances. But this study has a lot of implication for us. My friends, the university, the college in which you are serving, definitely you have plenty of syllabus to cover within the stipulated time. So we have no method except lecture. The bulky syllabus will be covered only by the lecture method. But what this study suggests, that use any 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 other methods, supplement your lecture by them, definitely your lecture will be better. So sometimes supplement it by lecture. If there is any possibility of audio visual aids, you show it. If there is any possibility of demonstration, you do it. If there is any possibility of discussion, you do it. If there is any possibility of practice by doing, you did. And definitely you give the opportunity of presentation to the students as well. So supplement your lecture by these techniques. Definitely your lecture will be better. So I was talking about the Indian pedagogy, and I told that Vyakhyana was the most popular Indian pedagogy of ancient time, and even today we follow it. Just we have to take some precautions, and definitely our lecture will be better. With this, my friends, let's come to the second method of teaching, which was used by Indian teachers, and that is Kanthastha. So what is Kanthastha? 5 points have been written on this slide, and I would like to request any one of you to please read the slide.
The act of reading repeatedly.
Yeah.
Learning
Continue,
by heart.
sir.
Useful in memorizing hymns and those shlokas that were used in the religious rituals. Also used in learning the music rules. Lower level of teaching, memory, understanding, and reflective levels of teaching.
Right. So what is Kanthastha? The act of reading repeatedly. Particularly, there were some hymns, shlokas, which were used in the religious rituals. So whether you understand the meaning or not, but somehow it becomes very important for you to cram, to remember. So learning by heart was Kanthastha. And if you see the Vedas which we have now, the Vedas which have reached to us now, definitely it was through Kanthastha, because at that time, computer memories were not there. So teacher, crammed, remembered, he instructed his students to listen. Then it was transferred by him to his students. Then similarly, generations by generations, only they reach to us. So Kanthastha is the act of reading repeatedly. It is learning by heart. It's particularly useful in memorizing hymns and those shlokas which were used in the religious ritual. Even sometimes it is very important in learning the basic rules, particularly grammar rules, or the tables in mathematics, or some mathematical formulas and something like that. Kanthastha becomes very important. And if you see the levels of teaching, so we define 3 levels of teaching. The lowest level of teaching is memory, in which mental involvement is least. Second level is understanding level. Here you have to apply your mind more. And highest level is reflective level of teaching, where you have to think critically. So Kanthastha was one of the most important Indian pedagogy. Now coming to the third one, Prashnottara. So what is Prashnottara? For the sake of this, I have presented 5 points, and definitely this might even be relevant for us today. So any one of you, please read this slide.
Prashnottara.
Yeah.
Lower order questions based on memory.
Right.
Middle order based on understanding. Higher order based on reflection. Teacher asks student to answer a set of questions. The designed questions encourage and challenge students to correct their misconceptions and understand the concepts by themselves.
Thank you, ma'am. So Prashnottara means simply asking the question, encouraging the students to ask the question, and teacher used to give the answer. Now, again, this is the point on which there is some contradiction. Some people say that Socrates was the person in the West who started this question answer method. No, it's wrong. In fact, if you see the Indian history, so Prashnottara is a very ancient method of teaching. So how it happened? First, try to understand how many types of questions are there. So mainly there are 3 types of questions. Lower order questions, which are based on memory. When India became independent, who was the first president of India? What is the population of India at this juncture of time? How many states are there in India? I mean, these type of questions which are based on memory, they are known as lower order questions. And the beauty of lower order questions is that anyone in your classroom can answer these questions. But middle order questions are based on understanding, and definitely everyone will not be able to give the answer of this question. And higher order questions will be given by only few students, because they are based on critical thinking, they are based on reflection. So a good teacher basically starts with the lower order questions, slowly comes to middle order question, and ends the class by asking a higher order question, a thought-provoking questions. Listening to that question, students are forced to think. In fact, this is how Indian pedagogy, Indian Prashnottara, in fact, progressed. So teacher asked students to answer a set of questions. Definitely students face challenges, but somehow the teachers encourage those students motivated them to respond, and through their answers, they knew that there is certain kind of misconception among the mind of the students, and those great teachers basically removed those misconceptions and motivated the students to understand the concept correctly. So this is how the Prashnottara, in fact, followed. Even today, Prashnottara has a lot of implications for us, particularly our long lectures, our monotonous lectures. Students become bored, and through the questions, in fact, you can engage your students in your lecture. So at this juncture of time, my friends, tell me whether you feel engaged in my lecture or not.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Definitely, yes, sir.
You are engaged, my friends?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how?
Yes, sir.
It is interactive. You kept it interactive, asking questions and
That's
seeking the
it.
answers.
That's it.
Yes.
I'm asking the question. I'm instructing you people to read the slide. I am giving the opportunity to think. Something like that. So, Prashnottara. Yes. So, Prashnottara never means that this is a full-fledged method of teaching. No. You deliver the lecture, but during the lecture you use Prashnottara. It's my assurance that your lecture will be interesting, it will be interactive. So this was a third Indian method, Indian pedagogy, which was used and which has a lot of implication even today. Now coming to the fourth one, Samvada. So what was Samvada and how Samvada happened, in fact? So again, 5 points I have identified, and I would like to request any one of you to please read this.
Samvada, dialogue between the teacher and the students. Teacher gave some analogy, gives students opportunity to respond, encourages their self-confidence, particularly important in practicing foreign languages.
That's it. So somewhere, Samvada, certain kind of dialogue. So before I proceed and tell what is Samvada, let me tell you one incident, and that I have taken from Upanishad. Definitely the original source I haven't seen because I don't know Sanskrit, but there is one English book, and in that English author, in fact, has quoted this incident that I am presenting before you people. So in the Upanishad, it is mentioned that there was a great teacher and there were a lot of his students. So there was one tree, wild fig tree. And usually that teacher delivered his lecture under that wild fig tree. So sometimes that teacher was engrossed in thinking. He used to sit under that tree and thinking. So on one fine day, that teacher sat under that wild fig tree and was engrossed in thinking. So one of his student approached him and asked a very difficult question. The question was, how this universe has been created by the creator. My friends?
Yes, sir.
So what was the question asked by the student? Repeat the question.
How was the universe as created by the creator?
How this universe is created by the creator? Definitely it's not an easy question. It's a very difficult question. Atma, Paramatma, soul and birth and rebirth. What will happen after death? I mean, all these things are very difficult to explain for any teacher, of course. So that great teacher didn't respond, rather instructed the students. There were so many wild figs lying on the ground. So he instructed his student that, okay, bring a wild fig. So that student followed the order of the teacher and brought one wild fig. Now the teacher instructed that break this wild fig. इस गूलर को तोड़ो, इस गूलर को बीच में से तोड़ो. So that student broke that wild fig. So there were so many seeds. Now the teacher asked, by breaking this wild fig, what you have got? So the student responded, sir, I have got so many seeds. So the teacher instructed, okay, take one seed and further break it. So that seed was broken by the students. Again, the teacher asked, what you have got? So the student said, sir, nothing. So the teacher explained that similarly, out of nothing, this universe has been created by the creator. So what a beautiful analogy was developed by that teacher. So basically in Samvad,
Sir, you are not audible. Maybe lost the connectivity.
I think SAR is out of session. Organizer, please respond. Why? Is there any technical?
Maybe we should give it time. I think it was mentioned earlier. He has some power issues and internet connectivity issues.
Shall we text in the group, in the WhatsApp group?
Text to only admin. Admin can post. We can't give the response.
Yeah, this has been the problem. They don't respond, they don't answer, they don't inform. We just have to wait and leave.
Class was so interactive.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Actually, I have to ask one question. Is there any information about first multiple choice objective question? If they said anything about this, about first multiple choice objective?
Nothing.
That will happen after today's class.
Oh, ma'am. The schedule is not shared, I guess.
Yes, ma'am. Sir joined. Sir joined.
Only the evaluation pattern.
I received information that only there will be 3 tests, but when I raised the question to the coordinator, no response absolutely when the test will be. Kindly let me also know if I may.
Ma'am,
After the
I
ma'am,
think it
yes,
will
Prof will
be
lead the test.
organized at the end of the FDP.
Sir, join the session. Sir, join
On
the
the last
session.
day, I guess.
Thank you.
Yes, are you listening to me, my friends? My friends?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. You are audible, sir.
To me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
right, right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm extremely sorry. Yes, please mute yourself. So I'm extremely sorry. In fact, there is a lot of disturbance of network today. So all of a sudden I got disconnected. So I think the moment I was disconnected, I was explaining about Samvada. So what is Samvada? A dialogue between the teacher and the students. So there are so many difficult concepts which are very difficult to explain or which are very difficult for the students to understand. And by developing a good analogy, in fact, a teacher can explain so many things. So this is the beauty of Samvada. And the beauty is this, it gives the students opportunity to respond. It encourages their self-confidence. And particularly this Samvada is very important in practicing foreign languages. Now, at this juncture of time, I would like to ask to you people, why specifically I am asking about foreign languages. Foreign languages में संवाद क्यों जरूरी है foreign language सिखाने के लिए in order to teach foreign.
Sir, we are losing your voice, sir. Your voice is, sir, your voice is
languages.
distorted.
Why
Voice is
Samvada is
breaking. Voice is
necessary?
breaking.
What's your opinion?
Sir, your voice is distorted, sir.
Okay. Why foreign languages? Okay. I think again network issue is there.
Yes,
So,
sir.
आवाज जो break हो रही है.
You can stop Samvada.
ठीक.
Sir, all these title words like Vyakhyana, Samvada, I think they are Sanskrit words, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right.
They are not Sanskrit, they're Indian words.
Okay. 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 You got my question?
No, sir.
No, sir. It was not clear.
Could you please repeat the question, sir?
You got my
Sir,
question,
I was asking.
Okay. See. My friend, continue.
Sir, I was asking
sir.
whether I was thinking that all these words are Sanskrit, right? These title words like Vyakhyana, Samvada.
My friend,
This was my
listening
question.
to me.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Okay. See, my question was, Samvada in fact is very important. Yeah. Even today, Samvada is very important for Now listening to me, my friends.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now it's audible.
Yeah, sure. I have linked to another
It's better, sir.
network. Okay. Yes. So I was on Samvada. So I was just mentioning, in fact, that Samvada even today has a lot of relevance for us as a teacher, particularly if we are teaching some foreign languages, because in foreign languages, pronunciation matters, its grammar, its, preposition, punctuation, all those things are very important. So through Samvada, we can teach any foreign language very quickly in comparison to other methods of teaching. So with this, let's proceed to another method of teaching which was widely used in India, and that was Agmana Nigmana. So some points have been written on this slide, and I would like to request any one of you to please read the slide. My friends, any one of you, please read the slide.
Sir, Agamana, Nigamana.
Yeah.
Agamana, example to rule.
Right.
Nigamana, rule to example.
Right.
Suitable for teaching grammar, translation, geometry, and logic.
Right.
Teacher encourages the students to observe the pattern and then respond. Teacher
Right.
serves as a guide.
Right.
He explains also if required.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. So Agmana Nigmana, again, a very popular method of teaching. So before I proceed, let me explain what is Agmana and then what is Nigmana. So
Sorry,
let me give
sir.
you one example.
सॉरी
So,
सर
yes.
मैं ये चाह रही थी मिक्स भाषा का प्रयोग हो तो ज्यादा बेटर है। आपका लेक्चर बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन थोड़ा सा
कोई बात नहीं
थैंक यू सर।
हाँ, बहुत आसान वैसे भी भाषा में इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूँ, आप समझ जाएंगी।
जी, समझ में तो आ रहा है, पर अच्छा रहेगा थोड़ा।
जी ठीक है मैम। सो आगमना एंड निगमना। आगमना क्या है, निगमना क्या है? तो लेट मी गिव यू वन एग्जांपल सो दैट यू मे अंडरस्टैंड। आप सब लोग को मालूम है कि देयर इज वन रूल इन ज्योमेट्री दैट सेज दैट द सम ऑफ ऑल द एंगल्स ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल इज 180 डिग्री। अब इसको बताने के दो तरीके हो सकते हैं। फर्स्ट, यू गो टू द क्लासरूम, instruct your students to make various kinds of triangles, instruct them to measure various angles, and then find the sum. So in every case, it will be 180 degree. Now you will conclude that this is the rule of the geometry, that the sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So you have taken first example, second example, third example, fourth example, fifth example, and finally you have come to the rule. This is agmana. In English, they say it induction. The reverse of this is deduction, जिसमें टीचर पहले जाकर के रूल बता देता है और फिर उसके बाद वेरियस एग्जांपल्स लेकर के उस रूल को प्रूव करता है। दे बोथ हैव देयर ओन इंपॉर्टेंसेस एंड पर्टिकुलरली दे आर यूजफुल इन टीचिंग ग्रामर, ट्रांसलेशन, ज्योमेट्री एंड लॉजिक। सो इन एंशिएंट टाइम, I mean, Agmana, Nigmana were frequently used. Why? Because teacher encourages the students to observe the pattern. Students were given some time, they observe the pattern, और उस pattern को observe करने के बाद तब वो respond करते थे. So they got certain kind of opportunity to respond, to think. और इस पूरे प्रोसेस में टीचर का जो रोल होता है वो एक गाइड के तौर पे होता है और वो एक्सप्लेन तभी करता है जब उसकी जरूरत हो। इफ he or she thinks that your students are getting, तो explanation की जरूरत नहीं है। This is the beauty of Agmana Nigmana. So again, a very suitable method in ancient time, even it has so much relevance for us today. Now coming to the sixth method, Nidhi Dhyasana. Now 5 points have been written on the slide. I would like to request any one of you to please read this.
Shravana,
जी, मनना,
Nididhyasana, higher order learning, prompted the students to think. Meditation usually used for spiritual development.
Right. Who are you, ma'am? Who are you, ma'am?
I am Jutika Das from Assam.
What do you teach, ma'am?
I teach philosophy.
Philosophy. Oh, very good. So I think it's very much suitable to you, right, ma'am?
Yes, yes. These methods, whatever we know, actually, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, these methods are basically used in a Vedic period for teaching,
Definitely.
as a teaching method.
Definitely. So Shravana, simply listening. Manana, listening and thinking. And Nididhyasana, higher order thinking. I mean, when you engrossed in thinking and there is some issue or some problem before you and you are engrossed in thinking, particularly some spiritual question, some religious question, so that is solved by Nididhyasana. It's certain kind of higher order learning, and its beauty is that it prompts the students to think. And even today, they are talking a lot about yoga and meditation, particularly for the spiritual development, for improving spiritual intelligence. So by that way, in fact, Nididhyasana, even today is very important. I mean, if you are thinking about your existence, you think from where you have come and where you have to go. You think what you are contributing to yourself, to the society. You think how you can become a better human being. You think how I can make India a better country. I mean, something like that. So by that way, Nididhyasana will help you. Meditation will help you. So this is again, I mean, a good method which was used in ancient time. Even today, it has relevance. Now coming to, yes, Shastrartha, which was a very good method of teaching in the ancient time, but it has some relevance even today. So what is Shastrartha? 5 points I have mentioned on the slide, and I would like to request any one of you to please read the slide.
Intellectual debate on philosophical and religious issue. Sufficient time is given to the student to prepare. Make them confident to present their point of view coherently, systematically, and logically.
Yes, continue, sir. Sir, continue.
Yes, sir. Develop the tolerance among the students to accept others' point of view.
Yes.
And also provide the chance to correct our own point
of view. Point of view.
Who
are you, sir?
Sir, I'm Dr. Chetan Gulakshe from Maharashtra, Amravati.
What do you teach, Chetan, sir?
Sir, I am teaching the pharmaceutic subject in pharmacy department.
Okay. So Shastrartha. Before I proceed, let me ask one question. Do you know about Adi Shankaracharya?
Yes, sir.
Who was he? Who was he?
He was a Vedanta philosopher. He is a Advaita Vedanta philosopher.
Very good. And a very good debater as well, ma'am. I think you will agree with me.
Yes, he is a Vedantin commentator. Vedanta commentator.
A very good philosopher, a very good teacher, a very good debater. And it is said that in his life, he participated in so many debates and he was never defeated, in fact. So Shastrartha is what? I mean, it was a method of teaching and it was certain kind of debate, but particularly that debate was intellectual debate, which was focused on some particular philosophical or religious issues. So how it happened in ancient time? Teacher announced in advance that on this particular date, on this particular day, Shastrartha will take place so that the students might get ample time to prepare. Then teacher came on that particular day, announced that Shastrartha is going to begin, and definitely you people are required to give your opinion, to give your point of view coherently, systematically, and logically. Teacher used to listen those views. The beauty of Shastrartha is that it develops tolerance among us to accept others' point of view. In fact, most of the time what happens, we think that we are correct. But the moment we participate in the debate, if something is said logically by the other person, definitely it develops tolerance among others. And if we think that we were wrong, then this Shastrartha also gives us the opportunity to correct our point of view. So Shastrartha, I think today, I mean,
Sure.
it is more, yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
May I share something?
Sure, sure, sure.
There is a theory in Jaina philosophy which is known as Shyadvada. There also that theory also develops the tolerance and also to develop that thought to respect the others view.
Yes, 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 ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for supplementing, ma'am. In fact, what I was saying that Shastrartha was very much relevant in the ancient time, but if you see its relevance, it is more in modern time. So nowadays, so much conflict, so much quarreling, so much infighting, simply because people don't understand the other's point of view. People don't want to listen others' point of view. People don't respect others' point of view. So if tolerance among us is developed since very beginning, and schools and colleges are very important places, if we frequently organize debates and if we frequently give the opportunity to our students to participate in the debates, I'm quite sure tolerance among them will be developed. And not only tolerance will be developed, definitely they will be able to correct their own point of view, and definitely this world become a better place to live. So Shastrartha, I think, again, a very good pedagogy. Nowadays also it is very useful and relevant. Now I'm coming to the 8th pedagogy, that is Vada Vivada. So Vada Vivada is what? Certain kind of discussion. So what is its modus operandi? 5 points have been mentioned on the slide. Please read the slide.
Vada Vivada. Students are informed in advance. They are given enough time to prepare. Teachers notes down the key points. Students are divided into small groups. Teachers listen them and ensures that the discussion is not deviating from the point.
Okay, okay. Who are you, ma'am?
Ma'am, I'm Shobana from Islamia Women's Arts and Science College, Vaniyambadi, sir.
Okay, Shobana ma'am, what do you teach?
So I teach English, sir.
When you have joined Vaniyambadi?
So I joined in the year 2014.
Okay, okay. I think I have visited so many times Vaniyambadi.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, Shobana ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So what is Vada Vivada? Vada Vivada क्या है? कैसे किया जाता है? So its modus operandi same. किसी टॉपिक को पहले दिया जाता है स्टूडेंट्स को. Students are informed in advance. They are given enough time to prepare. Then it starts. Teacher notes down the key points. Students are divided in small groups and they, discuss with each other. One issue that is very important related to discussion is that discussion is started with good intention, but after few minutes, what happens? People deviate from it. And, then they start attacking their opponent personally. Personal attacks are there. And then, everything goes in vain. So as a teacher, we should ensure that if we are organizing any discussion, so we should instruct our students that no personal attacks will take place. These are the rules, which rules we have to follow. And Vada Vivada, or you talk about Shastrartha, or Nidhi Dhyasana. I mean, all these methods are very good, particularly in this context, that they break the monotony of the lecture. So if you are supplementing your lecture with these methods, I mean, you are organizing Vada Vivada fortnightly or weekly or once in a month, or Shastrartha once in a month, I mean, something like that. So it has the capacity to break the monotony of the lecture. So in my opinion, in fact, Vada Vivada, even today, has a lot of relevance, and we should give the opportunity to our students to participate. Now I'm coming to the last method of teaching, that is Chintana. So what is it? For the sake of clarity in my presentation, I have pointed 6 points which have been written on the slide. So I would like to request any one of you, please read it. आप में से कोई पढ़िए इसको?
Sir, Chintana, certain kind of brainstorming. Teacher announces to conduct it in advance. Students get ample time to prepare. Teacher presents some issues, problems before the students. Students give their opinion about the problem. Teacher listens to these opinions and give the final conclusion.
Right, right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So this is the last method of teaching that I wanted to present before you people. And before I'm going to proceed, I would like to ask one basic question. My question is, my friend, do you think that every one of us has been blessed with problem solving ability? क्या हम में से हर कोई समस्याओं का समाधान कर सकता है? What's your opinion?
Not all, maybe. But teachers by default will have to learn.
Any other opinion?
Because students teach you how to solve problems.
Okay. Any other opinion? My question is, do you think that every one of us is blessed with problem solving ability?
Yes, definitely. That's why.
Definitely. Every one of us is blessed with problem solving ability. Only thing is that few of us are very prompt, very promptly they solve the problem, whereas few of us are in panic. They take time. I mean, it's only difference. But we all have been blessed with problem solving ability. Now coming to Chintana or brainstorming, basically brainstorming is a group method of solving the problems. Nowadays we are facing lot of difficult problems. Climate change, problem of pollution, growing criminalization, value crisis. So many issues are there. And if we collectively think on those issues, people from different branches, people from different fields, scholars from different subjects, if they're coming together, they're collectively thinking, so definitely will be able to give the solution of some of the problem. So what is brainstorming? Number one, it is a group method of solving the problems. And how it is organized? Teacher announces to conduct it in advance in the same way as he or she announces about Shastrartha and Vada Vivada. So that students may get ample time. A teacher presents some issues or problems before the students. Now students one by one give their opinion about the problem. And always remember they are students. So every time they will not give very novel or very unique or very important or very relevant solution. Sometimes they will give very rubbish solution, very rotten thing, very stereotype thing. But my friends, giving the idea is much more important than giving the good idea. And Chintana, in fact, has the capacity to activate the mind of the people. In the formal teaching, when you ask the question, some students are shy and they don't respond. But since Chintana is certain kind of informal activity, so it gives the opportunity to every students to respond. So giving the idea is much more important. A teacher used to collect all the ideas and collectively then we come to some final conclusion. This is how Chintana happens. It was a very useful method of teaching in ancient time. Even it has so much relevance today. So in a nutshell, my friends, I have presented 9 Indian pedagogy before you people, which were used in ancient time and which have lot of relevance even today. So I started with, Vyakhyana, then I talked about Prashnottara, then I talked about Kanthastha, then I talked about Samvada, then I talked about Agamana and Nigmana, then I talked about Nididhyasana, then I talked about, Shastrartha, Vada Vivada, and finally I talked about Chintana. All of them have relevance even today. So as a teacher, if you are getting the opportunity, definitely I think you should use. So since last, I think 75 minutes continuously I am speaking. So at this juncture of time, I am putting an end to my lecture. It is 3:20, it is 5:20 by my watch. So we have 10 minutes and I would like to utilize those 10 minutes in questions and answers. So I would like to request you people to please ask any question if you have, or if you don't ask any question, then definitely if you want to share anything, you can. So it's over to you, my friends.
Sir, while you were talking about all these things, unfortunately, maybe I was not aware of it. These things, these methodologies existed in India, but teaching in an engineering-based institution, we talked about flipped classroom, where students are given text and information in advance, and then they come and discuss. And teacher monitors and helps. Similarly, we have brainstorming and discussion, of course. And we also have this drilling session. Most of these we are more attuned to the Western West giving us all the concept as if it is theirs.
No,
It's
no.
quite unfortunate we lost
Yes.
the sense of it, but it is relieving actually. Thank you
Sure.
very much, sir. Very interactive session. Thanks
Thank
to
you. Thank you, Lavanya ma'am. And I will give my PPTs to Mazhar sir, our technical assistant. Definitely you can take these PPTs with you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. You were very active, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was a very interesting session. I learned something how to hold online classes. Thank you very
Definitely,
much.
definitely. Even online classes may be made very interactive, provided that you are active, ma'am. Right? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Any other question?
सर थोड़ा सा माइनर डिफरेंस चाह रही थी, शास्त्रार्थ और वाद विवाद में क्या अंतर है? थोड़ा सा
शास्त्रार्थ मैम ज्यादा फोकस्ड होता है, पर्टिकुलर इश्यूज इसमें फिलोसॉफिकल टाइप के होते हैं, और वादा विवादा थोड़ा सा जनरल होता है मैम। पूनम मैम?
जी सर।
यहाँ ज्यादा फोकस्ड होता है शास्त्रार्थ, और आमतौर पर स्कॉलर्स के बीच में होता है, और वादा विवादा थोड़ा सा जनरल है।
जी जी,
यस,
थैंक यू।
थैंक यू पूनम। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन माय फ्रेंड्स? My friends? Oh, you're not asking question. If I knew that you will not ask question, I would have spoken few minutes more.
Sir, the greatest
बात कहनी थी आपसे।
जी पूनम।
एक तो इंटरेक्शन हुआ ऑनलाइन, आपके लेक्चर में जितना इंटरेक्शन हुआ है शायद ही कभी हुआ हो, और दूसरा आपके जो इंग्लिश में समझाने का भी तरीका था वो मुझे ऐसे लग रहा था कि मैं बिल्कुल इजीली समझ रही हूँ, जैसे हिंदी में पढ़ रहे हैं हम लोग।
देखिए
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था।
एक शिक्षक के अंदर जो सबसे बड़ी क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए कि भाषा उसकी बहुत आसान होनी चाहिए ताकि हर कोई समझ सके। अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा जो है वो गाढ़ी भाषा का इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो उसका फायदा नहीं होगा। पीपल विल नॉट
फील इट। The greatest takeaway for me is what you have mentioned, that the debating ability, elocution ability which we talked about should be introduced at the school level. Because at the tertiary level it is very difficult. They become, into the shell. I think that is a very important takeaway from me, and students should be confident to talk and express their views. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other question? Yes. Any other question, my friend? My friends, any other question? कुलदीप सर कुछ कह रहे हैं? Okay. So I think I should say goodbye to you people, my friends.
Yes, bye sir. Thank you for the session.
Okay, thank you, my friends.
Thank you so much, sir.
Goodbye, my friends.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, participants. Bye.
Participants, you will get the MCQ now.